Welcome to the Soulful Badass podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Jackson, an intuitive success coach from the UK, and I'm here to help entrepreneurs, leaders, and soul-aligned goddesses to create epic levels of success and impact in your life and your business. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you are tuning in every week for mindset talk, manifestation, magic, and incredible interviews with other soul-aligned entrepreneurs. So hit the subscribe button, and I'd love to invite you to come and join the Soulful Badass community. All the links are in the show notes. Please go and click them, and I'll see you in there. Hi there, welcome to this week's podcast episode. This week, I want to talk to you about a topic that so many female entrepreneurs struggle with. And it is something that bothered me for years too. So you might resonate with this as well. And it is that feeling of not having everything together. Feeling like you are in absolute chaos. Everybody else seems to have their stuff together. Everybody else seems to be an entrepreneur who just knows what to do, knows how to run their business. Whether this is about being an entrepreneur, in a relationship, your career, whatever it means for you. But you know, when you look at those people and you think, God, they've got it all together. I would love to be that way. And you tell yourself, like, I'm just in this phase of getting started or learning new things, or I just don't feel like I'm 100% there yet. And often we tell ourselves lots of stories around this, and it can make us feel like an imposter, or it can make us feel like we're just starting out, or we're maybe not good enough, or we're a little bit broken and we're not doing things properly. And whatever it makes you feel like, I want to let you know that absolutely everybody goes through this. Everybody feels this way. It is not just you. And people don't often have it all together. You look at their best bits that they are showing you, and you look at what you want to see. So your perception is telling you, if you are telling yourself that you are missing something, or that somebody's doing something better, or you don't have it all together yet, what you're actually searching for in other people is to find that proof. So your mind will search and look for, see, they've got it all together, you haven't. And your mind will go out and find you all the most amazing proof to tell you that you're just not there yet. But the trick is that you have been the one asking for it to go and find this information. Whatever you tell your mind, whatever stories you tell yourself, your mind will go and find it for you. It is the most amazing tool. It is like the most brilliant finder of things ever. We just don't use this very wisely. So we tell ourselves things like, I don't have it all together, I'm not good enough, I'm broken, I'm not doing things right. So yes, your mind will go and find you lots and lots of proof of that. Whereas what if you told your mind, you do have it all together, you're running a successful business, you're making loads of money, clients just find you from anywhere, like they're falling over themselves to pay you. What if you told it that? Because believe me, it will go and search for the proof for you. But that's not what this podcast is about. What this one's about is this feeling of needing to have it all together. Because if you really had everything together, you felt 100% confident in your business, you felt 100% confident in what you were doing, you knew that you were just, everything was in line, everything was in place, everything felt completely amazing, and you were shit hot at what it is you do, and you know your stuff inside out. There was absolutely nothing that you didn't think you didn't have it together on. You would be firmly sat in your comfort zone. You would be plateauing. So let's just recap that. If you felt like you had everything together, you would have plateaued. Your business would have got to a point where you would show up, you know exactly what to do, you'd be 100% confident, you'd be at this point where you're like, yeah, this is just bricks and mortar to you now, like step by step, know what to do, boom, boom, boom. Brilliant, you think? No, because you're not growing, you're not evolving. Your mindset will already have went to the next thing that you want, the next level of you, the next version of you, the next desire that is coming through your heart. And what will actually be created is this idea of, I'm stuck. Not, I've got it all together, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm stuck. I'm not where I want to be. And yes, you will have it all together. Yes, you will know exactly what you're doing, but you will have plateaued. So what I want to give you is this concept of you actually never want to have it all together. You never want to be in a place where you are 100% confident in what you do. Because if you are, then you're not stretching. You're not going for that next goal. You're not keeping driving. You're not keeping learning. You're not moving forward. So you are just plateauing. And nobody wants to plateau. Unless you are very satisfied with just doing the same thing over and over, day in, day out, which I know my audience don't want, you really don't want to have everything together. You want to be constantly growing. You want to be constantly pushing your comfort zone. You want to be constantly trying new things. You want to be constantly upping your income. That takes a level of discomfort. And it takes for you to be okay with being uncomfortable. You are never going to know 100% what you're doing if you are continuing to grow. Because you're always going to go, well, what if I tried this? What if I took this risk? What if I took this leap? What if I tried to charge this much money? What if I tried to attract this amount of clients? You're always going to start stretching. And when you stretch, it doesn't feel comfortable at first. But then you get used to it. And instead of just staying there, once you're used to it, you stretch again. Because that's what you're doing here. You're here for the big generational wealth, empire building. You are here to make huge impact in this world. You're not here to get comfortable, get confident, and get stuck. So if you ever feel like you are telling yourself, I don't have it all together, go, great. That is exactly where I want to be, because that means I'm learning. It means I'm growing. It means I'm evolving. It means that the next level is becoming available to me. If you were just in the same place, that next level wouldn't be available because you wouldn't be stretching for it. So try and change your mindset to things like perfectionism, imposter syndrome, all these things that you really want to have in your life. You don't want to have imposter syndrome. You'd love to be perfect at things, but who is going to be perfect at everything? You've got to start to let go of these concepts, because these concepts have been drilled into us at a young age and drilled into us in a corporate life. But you're not here to achieve smart goals. You're not here to achieve milestones that's going to hit a company's budget. You are here to create massive generational wealth for you and your family, building an empire, building a legacy for lifetimes to come. That is what you're here to do. That isn't going to be done by achieving these small goals, getting comfortable and staying stuck. So now I want to challenge you to say, if you don't have it all together, celebrate, because you are in a container of growth. You are in a level of expansion. If you do not have it all together, you are expanding. And I want to applaud you for that. And I want you to start celebrating that that is you expanding. You have stepped out your comfort zone. It doesn't feel 100% comfortable. You are not 100% confident at it yet, but you are expanding, you are growing. And that is exactly where you want to be. And you want to be in this constant container of expansion and growth. You do not want to be stuck and you do not want to be plateauing. Because when you plateau, so does your income, so does your clients, all of that stays at the same level. And yes, you just generate the same over and over again. But do you want to stay at the same income bracket? Or do you want to expand? So really start to change this concept, flip it on its head. If you are not feeling comfortable, good. You don't want to be comfortable. Nobody wants to be comfortable. Nobody wants to have it all together. And you might have a part of you going, well, I really do, because I'm sick of feeling uncomfortable. You've just been in a container of growth. So you can feel comfortable by being okay with being uncomfortable. You don't have to make pure comfort the only way that you can be happy or the only way that you can feel safe. What you need to learn to do is actually make uncomfortable your safety zone. Make being uncomfortable the time where you feel most alive, the time where you feel most secure, the time when you feel happiest. So for me, if I went back to a state of being stuck, that is my worst nightmare. That is my biggest fear. So my driver is to keep going and keep stretching and keep evolving. And it's not a drive that's like an insane drive that's like, I've got to keep doing. It's how do I make my business easier? How do I make more money by actually doing less? How do I attract more clients that I absolutely love to work with by not doing? So actually what I'm trying to change is my mindset. And that's what's shifted me into this level of discomfort. It's not the fact that I am stretching myself physically or doing loads of stuff. Actually, I'm being more uncomfortable now by taking a step back and not doing as much because I got trained to do in my corporate world. And now I'm like, but I don't want to make money and make money just a result of an action. I want to be able to attract money and gather money from being. So I'm actually changing the way I operate. I'm changing the way I behave. I'm changing the way I think, which is uncomfortable because sometimes that means not doing things. And my mind's going, but you've got to do things to make money. You've got to do all of this. But actually being and telling myself that I attract money because it's my birthright, telling myself I attract money by being me, telling myself I just get paid to speak. Like my voice is so important. I just get paid to speak. Telling myself all this new belief system, that's the bit that feels uncomfortable. But actually it's a massive stretch. So whatever this stretch is for you, whatever this feeling is for you of not having it all together, just let that settle as like, I'm in the right place. That means I'm growing. That means the next version of me is coming. That means I'm expanding. And that's something to be excited about. And actually, I never want to be 100% comfortable because that's not a place that I want to settle in. Your comfort zone can feel like a good place, but do you want to stay there forever? And this is what you've got to keep asking yourself. Do you actually want to have it all together? Because if you do, then you are stuck or you have plateaued. And if that is something that you want, then brilliant. Strive to have it all together. But keep telling yourself now that you do have it all together because you have everything you need to move forward. You have everything you need to unlock the business of your dreams. You have everything you need to unlock the career of your dreams. Whatever it is for you, you have it all already. Don't let your mind play tricks on you, tell you don't have it, and then it'll go and search for your proof. Once you start to tell yourself that you have all of this already, then that is when your mind will go and find it for you. So please, don't let your mind play tricks on you. And as well, ask yourself, do you really want to have it all together? Or do you want to keep evolving? Do you want to keep growing? Because there's ways to do that that feels comfortable whilst you're growing and stretching. But as well, there's ways to get okay with being uncomfortable. And do not shy away from them, because that level of uncomfort is you building your empire. So do not underestimate that. And make sure that you are finding that you have everything you need. It doesn't matter whether you're on the start of the journey, midpoint, near the end. You have everything you need for what you're doing. So when you're saying you don't have it all together, you have everything you need. You've always got it all together. You just might feel a bit uncomfortable because you're learning at the moment. That's a very different story. So whoever needed this one this week, please just take in this information and know that actually you don't want to have it all together. You don't want to be one of those people who gets stuck. That's why you started your business. You wanted to do something different. You wanted to live a different life. You wanted to have more income. You wanted to have an uncapped income. Well, that's what you get by not staying stuck, not staying in your comfort zone, not plateauing. So you never really want to have it all together, because those people are stuck. And that isn't you. So I hope you take this in. I hope it hits you right in the heart. And as well, if you are wanting to take this epic journey and become unstoppable, my book is going to be out on the 10th of October, and I cannot wait for that. So make sure you follow along, get your hands on a copy on the day it's released, and I will speak to you soon on more of this topic of becoming unstoppable. But have the best week, and make sure you are stepping out of that comfort zone and living your best life, because you deserve it. Every little bit. Bye.